dear Sangha, I have learned that a few months ago a monk did end his life in Plum Village by himself. I've always this monk in my head. He was smiling. He was always wanting to help other people. And I can't understand. So my question is how the everyday practice of your teaching can it bring to desperation and to suicide?
In the time of the Buddha, there are monks who committed suicide also. Do you know that? You don't? Many of us come to Plum Village and practice, and there are those of us who are capable of transforming and healing very quickly, and there are those of us who are very slow in the practice of transforming and healing. But if you stick to the practice, you have a chance. If you take truly refuge in the Sangha, if you try to practice wholeheartedly, putting the practice into yourself, and then you have more chance to transform and to heal. And if you just want to prove that you are a practitioner, that's not good enough. So that is what happened during the time of Buddha, and it will continue to happen in the Sangha. In the Sangha, there will be people like that. If we do not really take refuge in the Sangha, we get rooted in the brothers and sisters, we have more chance to transform and to heal, even if we have that tendency, that nature of suicide in ourselves, transmitted by many generations of ancestors. You bring that tendency, that seed of suicide into the Sangha. And if you hide that from us, we do not have a chance to help you soon enough. So you don't have a chance. So when you come to us, you should tell us your suffering, your weakness, and ask for help. And then we will know how to generate the collective energy and then to help you deal with that specific question. But if you try to hide, and then we don't know how to help you in the beginning, and you lose your time. You pretend that everything is good, everything is going well, until one day you cannot do it anymore. So things like that happened during the time of Buddha, and I think will continue to happen in the future. So you have to learn the lesson, and that applies not only to monastics but to lay people. If you come to the Sangha, you should take refuge in the Sangha. you should sit among us and say, dear Sangha, dear brothers and sisters in the Dharma, here is my pain, here is my sorrow, here is my despair. Please help recognize and embrace it. I need you, I need the collective of the Sangha to guide me, to lead me, to help me transform. And that is our practice. And this is called the practice of taking refuge in the Sangha. Taking refuge in Sangha is not a statement made by chanting. Taking refuge in Sangha is to truly believe in the power of the Sangha to help you, and open your heart and ready to be embraced and guided and instructed by the Sangha.